Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Sunday morning to you. Thank you so much for joining me. Were you guys enjoying the music this morning? I know I was. I've been jamming all morning. It's been a lot of fun. Found a new disco station. I hope you guys are enjoying it. As you can see, we have entered February, so of course I have this annoying hat sitting on my head for February for Valentine's Day. I have no idea how long it's going to stay there, but we'll have to wait and see. It keeps moving on me. That's alright though. It's a lot of fun. Welcome everybody. In case you're new here, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Danny and I am not an expert. It's been a crazy morning here at the not an expert household. The first Sunday of every month, we do a virtual breakfast with our children. So 4 out of the 5 were able to make it. So we're so glad for that. All of our kids are in college or have recently graduated from college. So it's a nice way for all of us to kind of get together because they are kind of all over the place. We've got one in Florida. We've got one in Kentucky. We've got one in downtown Chicago. We've got 2 of them in Southern Illinois. And then we've got one that's just literally down the street. So they're kind of all over the place. So it was great to see them all. It was great to catch up with them. We missed them all. Some of them, we got to see most of them over the holiday season, but obviously the one in Florida wasn't able to make it up. So it was great to be able to see her. So good morning to all my kids if you're on today. I don't think they are, but just in case, good morning. And good morning to all of you. I hope the weather is as beautiful by you guys as it has been here in Northern Illinois. It has been absolutely gorgeous. It has finally reached the normal temperatures for this time of the year for us. The snow is officially melted. My backyard is drying out, which is great because my dogs don't come in with shoes anymore. Their paws are black up to here. So they're not coming in with muddy paws anymore, which is great. I'm sure, it'll rain here soon enough and everything will turn into a muddy mess again soon, but that's all right. But it has been in the upper 40s to mid 50s for the last few days, the last week or so, which is just, it's perfect Chicago weather here. I'm in a southwest suburb of Chicago. I'm not super close. I'm about, probably about 30 miles southwest or so. But either way, it's close enough that we can consider it part of a suburb of Chicago. Anyway, I hope the weather is great by you. Today we're going to be working on, well, it's become my kryptonite project, really. It is my nemesis. It is the Tropics project. I've had to take this apart and put it back together 3 or 4 times now. It has just been there. If you guys weren't here and I wasn't doing this as part of the channel, I probably would have put this one away and it would have become a UFO for a couple of years because it has been my nemesis. But we are persevering. We are taking it in stride. We are, we pulled the divorce lawyer out quite a few times, but we are back to, I think we're on the right path now. I think everything is the way it's supposed to go. So that's what we're going to be working on today. I've got one block here that I'll show you guys in just a minute with the zoom cam so you can see what it looks like. That's right. I've got the zoom cam up again. It has become an official permanent part of my setup. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited for you guys to be able to see things up close and personal a little bit. I've moved that camera a little bit closer so you and I are a little bit closer. And I've got chat right on the screen right here next to me. So no more looking at my phone. I do still have it. It's down here in case I want to play a game or something. But we're going to try and keep things a little bit more focused on you guys and focus over here. So that's what I'm super excited about. Let me hop into chat, say hello to everybody that has joined us so far. A very super special shout out to the very first person in chat who is here almost an hour early this morning. Brat46, good morning. Thank you so much for hanging out for an extra hour before the stream started. I really appreciate you being here. You have been an amazing part of the community. You're here almost every live stream, both on Sundays and Saturdays, and we just love having you here. So thank you so much for being here, and welcome to the channel. I saw a bunch of names. I think I saw 1 or 2 new names in there, so I'll get to those in just a minute. But Terry, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate you being here. Sandra K, good morning. I hope you are well. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Lucas is in the house. Raise your hands with me. Lucas is in the house. That is right. Thanks, Lucas, for being here. I appreciate you being here. Judy, good morning. Hi, how are ya? Teresa Lynch is here as well. Hi, Teresa. It's so great to see you again. Good morning. Chloe, hello. Good morning, Chloe. I hope the weather by you is wonderful as well. Patty says, good morning, Danny. Good morning, Patty. It's so great to see you. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. I'm just scrolling through here, making sure I don't miss anybody. Oh boy, that's Streamlabs. He's real busy. Lots of Slack games today. A little heist game going on already. All right, we're right into it. Oh, Brenda says, I'm here. Hi, Brenda. Good morning. It's so great to see you. Thanks so much for coming in today, for spending some time with us. Fern King says, love your headband. Oh, thank you, Fern King. I appreciate that. Fern, I don't remember seeing your name in chat before. So I think you might be one of our newer subscribers. If you are not a newer subscriber and you've been here before, I apologize for not remembering, but welcome. I'm glad you like the headband. I hope that you have a fun one too. It's hearts. I don't know if you can actually see it, but it's like, they're like little hearts. They're so cute. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Thanks so much for that. Welcome to the channel. Judy, I think I said good morning to you already, but in case I missed it, good morning. Fern says, I can't wait for spring. Amen, Fern. I'm with you. Yeah, I can't wait for spring either. Hi, Katie. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining me. I don't know what's going on here. I got like a piece of hair stuck. It's tickling my ear. I don't know what's going on. Good morning, Katie. Thanks so much for joining us. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. Let's see. Kelly, good morning. She says, hi there, my friends. Hi, Kelly. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Brenda says, I agree. Tropics is cursed. Who was first? Yes, Brenda, I believe that you started with the curse first, for sure. But yes, it is definitely cursed. And the funny thing is it's really not a difficult, this is going to annoy me, I'm sure. It's really not a difficult pattern. It's just, you really have to pay attention to the orientation of the blocks and your cutting instructions. So you really gotta pay close attention, but it's not a difficult block. It's just, you just have to pay attention. And I'm just not real great at that, as you guys know. Patty C, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Welcome to the channel. I don't think that I remember seeing your name before, but if I did, and I just missed it, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. We hope you have a great time. All right, so I think that I've gotten, I've got everybody that was in chat. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. I tried to scroll through everybody. If I missed you, though, I want you to tag me in chat so that I can make sure to catch up with you again. Because last thing I want to do is make you feel unwelcome. Because everybody is always welcome on this channel. We have so much fun. We love making new friends. So please make sure you say hello in chat so we can welcome you. Kelly says, I know that I will not make this pattern. Paying attention is something I have trouble with. I know. Yeah, I mean, just on a YouTube channel is a little challenging to pay attention, but I gotta tell you, it's been a struggle. The struggle has been real, folks. The struggle has been real for sure. We would have been done with this like months ago if I had managed to do it right the first time. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. We've got all of our blocks here. Let me show you what the block looks like. Well, let me flip the screen over here. There we go. This is what the block looks like right now. There we go. We started out with these two small pieces here that we had to put together. This one was a strip project that we ended up putting together, and this one is an hourglass. And then we put those together, and now we have the two pieces that we have sewn up together to make this one. Actually, I think the seam is here. I think it's up and down. But that's what we're going to be making today, so that's what the block looks like. My camera's a little bit on an angle today. I'm not quite sure why, but that is what we are making. All right, so let's get into it. I've got all of our block pieces here. I think we need to make 24 of these. Yep, 24 of these. So by the time we put them all together, we'll have 24. We should have 48 sub-assemblies, I guess you'd call them. Oh, that's the manufacturing in me. We should have 24 total by the time we're done. So we've got one done. Yeah, so only 23 more to go. What are you guys working on this weekend? I have been super productive. Okay. There is a piece of hair that is just poking me in the ear. And it's like, I feel like there's a spider crawling on me. And I'm not a spider kind of person. So I had to get rid of that. We need to fix that right away. So I'm going to go ahead and start sewing these up here. We got 23 of them to put together. What are you guys working on? I have been so productive in this room this weekend. I filed everybody's taxes for the family because I do everybody's taxes. I'm an accountant by nature, so I'm not a tax accountant, but I do know enough to be dangerous. So I did everyone's taxes this morning, or no, yesterday. I did everybody's taxes, and then I worked on a little bit more of this mystery project that you guys have been seeing hanging behind me forever. I worked a little bit more on that. Not a lot. I only got about an hour or so in. I did some like admin stuff for the channel. Did a little bit of admin. I'm working on our March schedule right now, so I'll have that one up shortly. Did you guys see? Did y'all see that the PMQ shipped? I got a note from my aunt that she already got hers. I was shocked She ordered 2. She already got one of them. She's waiting on the other one. The other one will show up on Monday. So for those of you who signed up for the Puzzle Mystery Quilt for Cotton Cuts, if you ordered the entire thing at one time, you probably received a box either yesterday or probably Monday. You'll be able to see that. So that's exciting. What are you making? Fern says, what are you making? I am making the Tropics project. It is a Cozy Quilts design project. It has been my nemesis. You'll have to go back and watch some of the previous channels, previous videos on it. It has been my nemesis. And it has absolutely been my nemesis. Kelly says, I see a lot of patterns like that. Then I take a closer look. Turns out, nope. It turns into a big old nope. Fern says, I'm making a heart on one side and a shamrock on the other table runner. Oh, that it sounds so cute, Fern. Make sure you post a picture of that in our Facebook group so we can all share in your joy on that. We'd love to see what it looks like, either Facebook or Instagram. If you have either one, you can do exclamation point links in chat, and we'll be able to see it there. Sandra says, North Timberland star block of 48 pieces corner from Baby Quilt. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Julie. Good morning. Welcome to the channel again. She says, I'm trying to save one of my husband's old sweatshirts with Japanese Shakio writing. His beard shredded the crew neck collar and his seatbelt wore out the shoulder. Oh my goodness. Kelly says, I've been puttering around with more string blocks for my live on Friday. Made 2 tote bags. So Kelly, that's awesome. By the way, if you're not already following Kelly, make sure you do so. If you do exclamation point Kelly in chat, it'll give you a link. Go over, give her a subscribe. She's got some super fun things on the channel. She's definitely one of the experts for sure. Make sure you go follow her. Julie says, good morning to Chloe. Lucas threw up the link. Thanks, Lucas. I appreciate that. Judy says she's working on a log cabin quilt. Ooh, I love log cabin quilts. They're so much fun. I've done a couple of them now. They're a lot of fun. Katie says, I've been working on UFOs, getting stuff off my project chair. Katie, I'm with you, honey. See this bin here? I don't know if you all can see it. This bin, no, it's not this one. It's the one underneath. The one underneath, you guys can't see, but there's another bin underneath. It is just full of UFOs, just full of them. And we're going to get to some of those this year. That is one of our goals. I wrote all my goals down right here. One of those is getting rid of some of those UFOs. So that's one of our goals for this year. Judy says, waiting on mail delivery for my backing for commissioned t-shirt quilt. Ooh, Judy, that sounds like fun. Sandra K says, I'll check your channel out. Do you have footage of the baby quilt? Julie says, Shishuko is how you pronounce it. All right, Shashiko. Shashiko? I'm not sure, Julie. I am terrible with phonics, but I appreciate you trying. I truly appreciate you trying. Thank you. Good morning, Gladys. Thanks so much for joining us. Welcome back to the channel. All right, I've got to get to sewing, guys, because I will just sit here and watch chat forever. So I'm going to get to some sewing. With the chat being over there, I may miss some things. So y'all got to point it out to me if I miss it. Dawn, good morning. She says, I'm here, but tethered battery charging. Love listening. Loyal listener. You are awesome, Dawn. Thank you for that. We appreciate you being here. Happy Sunday morning to you. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to first check and make sure we're doing this right. We're going to turn our blocks so that the hourglass is at the top and this weird funky thing is at the bottom. And we're going to sew 2 of them together. So I'm going to take the one, I'm going to flip it. And then I'm going to sew the other one together. And I've pressed all of the seams towards the weird funky block so that everything kind of nests up together. We are going to go ahead and get started on this. This morning I changed out my walking foot because from last week we still had the walking foot in there. So I went ahead and changed that out because I was using it for something else as well. So I changed that out. I also changed my needle. I probably changed my needle more than I really need to, but I have this paranoia about it. So I like to change my needle every 2-3 live streams, which is basically 4 or 5 times that I've used the machine. And I usually use the machine for a couple of hours in a sitting. So, you know, if you're thinking 3 times, probably 6 to 8 hours. So that's how often I change my needle. If you guys don't feel it's necessary to do that often, that's completely up to you. That's just how often I do it. But I went ahead and changed the needle out. So I got a brand new one in there. And it's always like driving on brand new pavement when you put a new needle in. New needle, new cutting blade in your rotary cutter. It's like brand new pavement. It's like, it just feels so good. So that's what I'm going to be working with today. Hi, Melina. Good morning. Gosh, it's been forever since I've seen you. I am so happy you are here. Welcome back. All right. And of course, right off the bat, it gets stuck. Right off the bat. Ugh. My machine does not like this. There we go. There we go. There we go. Ooh, wow. That is way up high, isn't it? Wow. Okay, there we go. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. So we're just going to be sewing up all these blocks together today. Maybe we'll get to pressing them open. Maybe we'll get to pressing them. We'll have to wait and see how things go. Judy says, I change my Nebo once a month. I am lazy and never change it enough. Judy, I think once a month is probably plenty. I guess it depends on how often you use your machine. But once a month is usually a good idea. And then because I do the YouTube and I'm constantly changing projects, I'm constantly changing my thread. I'm switching back and forth between black and white or some other color. So every time you see me, I've changed my thread back and forth. So every time I change my thread, I'll go in there with a little brush and I'll just kind of brush all the icky stuff out. So this is also your reminder that if you haven't done that lately, you might want to take your machine apart and just give it a little wipe out. I actually bought a little keyboard vacuum that works really well to clean inside my machine. In fact, it works so well I made my mom go get one. I made her buy one too for her machine so she can start to make sure that she keeps her machine in tip-top shape because she's going to be joining us for the PMQ here. So we're super excited. She'll be joining us in 2 weeks. I wanted to make sure that everybody had plenty of time to receive their boxes before we got started with the first clue. I'm thinking we'll probably do these the second weekend of every month on a Saturday evening. So if you are a PMQ detective and you want to join us, I'm going to ask you to do me a huge favor and don't spoil the fun. Don't open your boxes. Don't open your envelopes, whatever you receive. Don't open them. We're going to open them all together so that we can all be surprised together if you can. And please don't post any pictures on our Facebook or Instagram just so that we can kind of keep the excitement for everybody else, at least until we've done our live stream. So then that way everybody can kind of join in on the fun. I missed a couple of things here. I'm sorry. Even cherry pie. Who's talking about cherry pie? Melina says she's been sick. She can't get rid of this cough. Oh, Melina, I'm so sorry to hear that. I had a cough forever. It was like 8 weeks. Judy says I change my needle once a month. Yep. Kelly says I don't like cherry flavored anything. Takes the cough. Oh, somebody must have been talking about my ern flavored 7-Up. Yes. I love cherry 7-Up. It's one of my favorite things. I just absolutely love cherries. Fern says, I haven't cleaned my machine in some time. Well, then, Fern, you might want to make that a priority today. You will be surprised how much difference a clean machine makes just with regards to function. It's just unbelievable. Kelly says, no, I like cherry pie because it's actually fruit. I just don't like fake flavor. Yeah, I completely understand that. Julie says, I don't drink soda often. I only allow myself 1 can of soda per day. That is all I allow myself. Although on the weekends, sometimes I'll end up with 2. But for the most part, I only drink 1 can a day. And that's, for the most part, I drink water. You guys have seen me with my big purple drink. Oh, you can't see it on the camera here. My big purple drink thing. That is water. That is flavored water. It's naturally flavored waters. And I drink that for the most part. But I do allow myself 1 can of soda. And that's just for the sugar, honestly. And that's just once a day is all I allow myself. Oh my goodness, Katie. Katie says, I cleaned a friend's machine last week. She has never cleaned it and it had been 2 years. Oh my goodness. Did you take pictures? I would have loved to see pictures of what that looked like. Oh my gosh. I can only imagine. Especially if it's a machine that gets used all the time. Oh, I am so crazy about mine, making sure that it stays clean. Just absolutely crazy about mine. Fern says, I was sewing like mad in December with Christmas gifts, and then she took a break in January. Now she's back at it in February. Well, then you should probably take a couple minutes today, Fern, and clean out your machine for you. You can use a paintbrush if you've got an extra little paintbrush. Works really well, especially a stiffed bristle one. I had one, and I have no idea what happened to it. I think between moving everything around, it just kind of got lost somewhere in the shuffle. So I actually have to buy a new one, and I haven't. But then I also bought one of these. It's made by Singer, but you can use any brand you want. And it's just this little bitty hand paintbrush. Little brush that's made for your sewing machine. This one's got nice soft bristles on it. So it's not going to scratch up anything. In fact, I should probably replace it because it's kind of gunky now. But, so yeah, so I just brushed that out a little bit. I actually will take my machine apart and do the vacuum option at least once every couple of months, usually with each project. I'll do that. But I just like to use the little brush to kind of keep things a little clean. Oops. Sour cherry pie and it's fabulous. Oh my gosh, Kelly says a local bakery makes sour cherry pie and it is fabulous. Oh, I bet that is pretty good. Katie says didn't take picture, should have. I couldn't get a zigzag and realized the feed dogs were barely moving. Oh my gosh. So Terry, saying hi, can't stay today. Hope you all had a good one. See you on the replay. Oh, no problem, Terry. We completely understand. We appreciate you stopping in to say hello. We're gonna miss you, girl. We'll catch us on the flip side. Makeup and paintbrushes. Yeah. Oh yeah, Judy. Yeah, those are good ones too. You can buy those pretty cheap at the dollar store. Yeah, those are a good one too. Something, just a small brush of any kind really works very well. Yep, absolutely. Flip that one over. All right, so we're just working through these blocks here. I don't have my glasses on today because I already have enough things on my head that I decided glasses, I didn't really need those. So I'm kind of squinting a little bit to read comments. So if I miss a comment, I'm really sorry. I'm trying really hard. Like I said, I have my phone down here, so I could cheat and look at that, but I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be more interactive with you guys. Trying to make you feel like a little bit more like I'm having a conversation with you and not with my phone. Alright, I'm just trying to make sure all these seams are nice and matched up. Got my purple thing here to help. If I need it. But I was telling you, my aunt sent me a text message that she got her box and she was she's so excited. It is, I mean, I'm really excited for her, but she is so super excited about this project. She pulled their machine out yesterday. She said she watched a bunch of videos on YouTube about how to work the machine and take it apart and clean it. She said she bought her machine that she has during COVID, when everybody was wearing masks. And she says by the time she got the machine, masks were readily available, so she never even pulled it out of the box. So she hadn't even pulled it out of the box. So she's really super excited for that. So I'm excited for her. I can't wait to kind of see how things are going to go for her. All right. Now the trick with this, and something I'm not very good at, is you have to sew all the blocks the exact same way. So the one that's on the bottom, the block that you choose to stay on the bottom needs to stay on the bottom the whole time. So that's what I'm trying to get better at for sure. Fern wants to know, what does everyone sew on? I have a Threadle and a Brothers. Fern, I have, this one here is a Baby Lock, which is a Brothers brand. I like the Brothers brand. I have a couple of Brothers machines that I really like, and I really, really like my Baby Lock. My mom uses a Genome. She's got a Genome. My aunt has a Singer. My aunt and my daughter both have Singers. That's what they use. Trying to think if I have any friends that has something different. I think the Brother is pretty much the brand that most of my friends and family use. Just because it's an inexpensive brand. None of them are quilters, so if they do use a sewing machine, it's usually for, you know, hemming or things like that. It's not for anything too super serious. My mom used to have a Brother, but her Brother broke during COVID, so that's how she ended up with the Genome, and she likes it. The threading on it is a little weird, because she's got one of those auto threaders, but it's a little weird. I prefer the Brother, the threader and the Brother to the Genome for sure, but you know, it works. Judy says, I sew on a Juki. Oh, a Juki is my dream machine. Chloe says, I have a Baby Lock Quest. She says, I embroider my labels on a Brother. I long arm on a Q21 Pro. Wow. Chloe says, my chat isn't working right. I am not seeing many of the messages, and I have the chat filter to all. Chloe, that's interesting. I've heard that people have been having some issues lately. My only recommendation is maybe go out of YouTube, you know, shut down your browser window or what have you, and then come back in and see if that helps. But yeah, the other thing is, like you said, to have the settings set to all. So that's... I was having issues with mine yesterday, not yesterday, last week or the week before, and that's what I did, is I just... left YouTube completely and came back in, and that seemed to fix the issue. I think it was just a connection thing with YouTube and my device. So you might want to try that. See if that helps. Katie says, I have an old Pfaff that is a workhorse and an Elna. I've never heard of an Elna to take on sew days. Main machine is a Brother PQ 1500. Julie says, I sew on a Singer. I also inherited my mother's 1950s Singer Featherweight. I bought a 1970s Husqvarna. I am terrible with phonics. I know what it is. I just can't say it from a garage sale. And she says, I have a piece of junk Montgomery Ward that I taught myself quilting on. I had one of those piece of junk Montgomery Wards. Yes. I inherited it from a family member. I thought it was like top of the line sewing machine when I was a kid, and then I got it and it was not. it was not. It didn't even sew straight line. It was really frustrating. So that's why I ended up I still have that one. It's in the case in storage. I still have it because it has sentimental value, but I don't use it. Oops. What did I do? There it is. Katie says, I have a 1948 Featherweight for Christmas. She's lovely. Terry says, bye again. Have fun. No problem, Terry. No problem. I have... Let me think. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 machines total. 5. I have 5. Probably a 1970s Singer. And then I have the Montgomery Ward one. And then I have 2 Brothers. And then my my Baby Lock. Which my Baby Lock, I bought this on eBay. It was used when I got it. I bought it on eBay, but it has quickly become my favorite machine. I do wish that I had one with a bigger throat on it. And maybe someday I will upgrade to something with a bigger throat. But for right now, for what I need and for what I want to do, she works perfectly. She's called a Quilter's Choice. I don't know the exact model number. Dawn, if Dawn is still here, she knew what the exact model number of my machine was. She did a bunch of research on it for me. After I first got it, so that was really great. I was really grateful to her for that. But I love it. It's called a Quilter's Choice, and it's perfect. It does exactly what I need it to do. It has all the bells and whistles that I want on it. It is still a computerized machine. I have seen them going for a lot more than I paid for this one on Facebook Marketplace and eBay. So they are still around, but I love it. Absolutely love it. Don says, I'm here. But I am cannot remember. But she's forgetting. Yeah, she can't remember. That's okay. That's all right. Yes, Julie, I agree with you. A featherweight is in a class all by itself for sure. They are beautiful machines. Absolutely beautiful machines. I do not own a featherweight. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. So for those of you who watch the After Dark edition, you'll know that my mom and I were practicing. I had a mini puzzle mystery quilt project. It was a table runner from Winter, and I gave her a couple of the clues to work on, just to kind of give her some practice, to kind of get an idea of how this the PMQ is going to work, and just to kind of get her to feel a little more comfortable with it. And so she did the first clue on camera, and she did a fantastic job. And then she sent me a text message like 2 days later, and she says, can I do the second clue not on camera? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely, go ahead. So she did the second clue, and she sends me a note back. She goes, that was kind of fun. Didn't you say there were more clues? And I'm like, yeah, there's 3 more. Do you want them all? And she goes, can I? Like, sure. So I gave her all 3 clues. So I have no idea if she's gotten to them yet or not, but she has them all now. So she's really excited about it. So she'll have that table runner done in no time. So then I was helping her because she's like, well, what happens when I'm done with the top? How do I make it into a table runner? And so I'm like, well, you know, you're going to have to sandwich it, and then you're going to quilt it. And I said, and I can show you how to do all that, but you're going to need some extra tools. And so then I had to send her a list of some extra tools she was going to need in order to do that. So yeah, so she's all, I think we're going to make her into a quilter, I think we're going to turn her into a quilter quick. Yeah. Speaking of new quilters, for those of you who've been watching the channel for a while, you know when we did that really big giveaway here at the beginning of the year, maybe it was, yeah, I think it was the beginning of the year. Lucas, our moderator Lucas, won a charm pack. He was joined into all of the giveaways, and he ended up winning a charm pack, which I thought was really cool. So he decided to keep the charm pack because he actually wants to make something with it. So he wanted me to post this to all of our friends here on Facebook and on YouTube, that if you guys are aware of a simple, a beginner friendly, simple pattern that uses a charm pack or 2, because I can give him another one if we need. If you're aware of, I did this wrong, a pattern that uses that, I want you to do me a favor, and I want you to leave a message, leave me an email, send me an email, or if you're watching this on the replay, leave a comment down below, or go on our Facebook page and send me a link to it, so that he and I can start looking into picking a pattern and getting the stuff ready so that he can join me and start working on his own project. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. He's really excited about it. He wants to learn how to do it. Heath says it seems like it's gonna be something fun, which he's totally right. I mean, it is totally fun. So hopefully we'll be able to get him going on that. But if you guys are aware of any super easy charm pack friendly patterns, please share them with us so that he can start to figure out what he wants to do. We're probably going to start that here soon. Don says, just sew the squares together. Yes, that is the easiest one. I think he wants to do something a little bit more than that though, because that is an option for him, for sure. But I think he wants to have a little bit more of the experience of, you know, cutting pieces and things like that. So, but that is definitely an option. Lucas says I still have to create that Google form. Katie says Pat Sloan's "Oh My Stars" is a good pattern. Lucas, I hope you're taking notes. Julie says, oh, I wanted to thank you for the charm pack I won. I combined it with another coordinating colors charm pack to make some pretty 4-inch square blocks. Oh, Julie, I'd love to see them. Can you post a picture on our Facebook or tag me on Instagram? I'd love to see what you made. I get so excited when people win these prizes and they use them in a project. I mean, it makes my heart so happy. So I'd love to see it. Please post a picture. Please, please, please. I would love to see it. If you can't post on any of our social medias, if you want to just email me a picture, that would be great too. And I can share it with the other groups as well if you prefer that. But I would love to see what it looks like. Judy says, I could, but they're like my babies. Lucas says notes have been taken. Julie says, it just the blocks so far, but I will post on Facebook. Yeah, I mean, just the blocks is fine. You know, we all know that a project, you know, that a quilt starts with just the blocks and just the pieces. So yeah, I love to see like the progression of projects. So feel free to post just the beginnings of a project if you guys want. I mean, you don't have to post just the finished things. I love seeing the progression of stuff. You know, I mean, that's why I show you guys the whole projects from start to finish on these live streams, because I am almost as excited for the journey of these projects as I am for the final reveal. The journey to get to that final reveal is where I have the most fun, honestly. Kelly says, be right back. No problem, Kelly. Okay, I was trying to make sure that I was doing this right. Give me a second. I got distracted. That's what it was. I saw something shiny and got distracted, so I need to make sure I am trying everything in my power not to have to pull these blocks apart again. So, everything in my power to try not to do that. There we go. Judy just won 800 thimbles from the slots game. Wow, Judy, you had some good luck there. Oh, speaking of thimbles, if you redeemed your thimbles in January, I have not mailed those redemptions out yet. I'm actually going to be working on those this afternoon, so I will have those prepped and ready to go to be dropped in the mail hopefully this week. So just so you're aware, you should be seeing those in the next couple of days. So if you want to get in on that mailing, if you want to redeem your thimbles today, I can get that hopefully out this week. Otherwise, it'll be the end of the month before I get those mailed out again. I have a thread wrapped around my foot here, so I want to grab that. Get that out of there. There we go. All right. Just gonna... I've got a bunch growing back here, so I'm just going to go ahead and slice these real quick. Separate them real quick and set them to the side. If you are not sure what the redemptions are, you can do exclamation point prizes in chat. It'll give you a list of all the prizes available to you for you to redeem your thimbles. If you're not ready to redeem them, that's okay too. You can keep hanging on to them. Lucas is still saving up for that free car that he seems to think exists. It does not. There is no free car. But he seems to think there is one. All right. There we go. All right. Well, I think we're probably about halfway done already with these, so that's good. We're going to be able to iron them up here soon. There we go. Needle down. My allergies have been kicking in. You can tell when the weather starts to get a little warm because all of a sudden my allergies just go completely haywire. It's not even spring yet and they're already just... Everything that the snow has been kicking up is just killing me. I've had to double up on my allergy meds the last probably the last 2 weeks, I think. I've had to double up on them. Ugh. Go. But so yeah, if you have any pattern suggestions for charm squares, that's easy enough to do. I mean, obviously, like you said, you can just sew them all up together. That would work as well. That is super easy to do, but I think he wants a little bit more of a design. He wants the full experience of having to cut the fabric and sew it up together, and so we're gonna take a look at a bunch of stuff. I've got a bunch of yardage, miscellaneous pieces of yardage that we can add. So if it needs a background fabric or whatever, that's fine. We can manage that. And I've got a couple of patterns that I found myself that I put somewhere. Oh, I think they're up there. It was like all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute. I know they're here somewhere. Where did I put them? That is one thing I really need to figure out a better way to be organized about is my patterns. They are everywhere. They are all over the place. Kelly says, bye everyone. I'm going to head out and do some chores. I'll try to catch Teresa Louise on later. So see y'all around. Yes, Teresa Louise. Gosh, I haven't caught up with her in a while. I should probably catch up with her. After my live stream, I get so caught up in finishing up things and preparing for next week, and I forget to turn the computer on or to turn YouTube on to watch her. I feel like a horrible person because I'm a terrible friend. I need to get better at that stuff. She is definitely an expert. For 100% sure. She's definitely an expert. There we go. Right. That one. I am trying everything in my power. Trying not to mess these up again. Everything I could possibly think of, I'm trying to do. Looks like somebody's trying to start a heist over there. Make sure you get in on that. You do exclamation point heist space and then the number of thimbles you're willing to wager. And then the computer will randomly select a winner or winners. Sometimes there can be multiple winners. It's a fun way for you to earn some extra thimbles if you're watching. If you are subscribed to the channel and you are currently watching, then you are earning thimbles. Even if you're not participating in chat, as long as you are subscribed to the channel, you are still earning the thimbles. Participating in chat does give you a couple of extra ones. Each time you send in a message there, it gives you a couple of extras. But the fastest way to earn them is by playing our games in chat. We have the slots game and the heist game. We tried an 8-ball game, but it didn't really work out. Lucas was trying to mess with that. It's just, he couldn't seem to get it to work. There was a dueling thing, too, that he was messing with. Right now, the slots and the heist are really the only ones we can seem to get to work consistently. We have tried to do what we could to make it so that, you know, the odds are in your favor. But there is still the potential for you to lose a little bit. You can't turn that off completely. Plus, then it wouldn't really be fun. You know, if you're not really risking anything, it's not really a lot of fun. These are all free for you to participate in. None of this costs you any money at all. The channel is 100% free, although donations or tips are accepted and appreciated, but they're never required. I'm going to keep this channel free for as long as YouTube lets me. Oh. There we go. Right, spin that one around. Spin it right round, right round. Does anybody else have that play in their head every time they hear spin around? We have this one process in my office that we need to do, and it's called reversing something. We have to reverse an entry for our accounting. And so my coworker will send me an email and she'll say, reverse, please. And every time she says it, all I can think of is the Cupid Shuffle, you know, reverse, reverse. So every time I see the word reverse, I'm like, reverse, reverse. I'm weird like that. Music has always been a huge part of my life. I've never played music, played an instrument or wanted to create music anyway. That's never been my thing, but just listening to it has always been a part of my life. And I often revert to music for some silly things. Looks like the heist game just paid out. So congratulations to the winners. You can wait about 5 minutes for a cooldown period, and then you can play again. We're just sewing up these blocks here. I know it's a little boring for you guys. Sorry about that. They're actually coming along pretty good now. I feel like I might finally have gotten the hang of this stupid project. it's a little bitter. A little bitter about it. Julie says, okay, Danny, I just posted on the Facebook group. Awesome, wow. Awesome, Julie. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. I can't wait to see what it looks like. I'll look at it after our live stream here. Thanks for sharing that. And make sure to post pictures of your progress as you're working on the project. We'd love to see it. Streamlabs being helpful. Throwing that Facebook link up there for everybody in case they want to check it out. We are officially up to 100 members on our Facebook group. 100 members. That's so exciting. So that's really great. June, hi, good morning. I feel like I don't remember seeing your name there before. I don't know, maybe I missed it, maybe I didn't. But good morning, welcome to the channel. Oh, see, I didn't miss it. You just came in. Good morning. Good morning. I have a terrible memory, so every once in a while I'll like say hi to somebody and then I'll like forget that I said hi to them and think they're new, they've just come into the channel and I'll say hello again. So, I guess 2 hellos is better than none, right? Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a good weekend so far. I'm having a very productive one here at my house. Gotten a lot done. It's been all computer related, so unfortunately I really haven't done a whole lot outside. But it's been computer related. I've gotten to spend a lot of time with my kids virtually this weekend. Taylor and I actually made dinner last night via Zoom. It was pretty cool. We actually made dinner in our Instant Pots, the same recipe. We both followed the recipe and made dinner on a Zoom call. And then she shared hers with her friends, her boyfriend and her friends, and I got to share mine with Mr. Wizard. So that was a lot of fun. And then this morning we had virtual breakfast. We do virtual breakfast with our kids once a month on the first Sunday of every month while they're in school. It's a lot of fun. We had 4 of the 5 show. Well, technically 5 of the 6 because we count Lucas. Lucas has been a part of our family for a long time. Not officially, of course. Not in any official capacity. But him and Tony have been together for a long time. I think for 5 years, right, Lucas? 5 years now. They've been together. So he's kind of become an adopted member of the family. So he participates in all of our family events with us. We love having him. We only have 2 rules for our family breakfast. 1, you got to turn your camera on so we can see you. And 2, you have to be eating something. Preferably some type of breakfast food. But, the whole idea is that we have a meal together. It's a lot of fun. June says that's cool to do that with your kids. Yeah, it's something we started. We've actually been doing it for a few years now. We started it when Tony and Taylor went off to school their freshman year. They're juniors this year. So we've been doing it the last few years. And basically we started it as a way for them to feel a little less homesick. They at least once a month, everybody got to be at home, with everybody in the family and things like that. That way it just kind of made everybody feel a little bit more like they were at home. And that seemed to work out really well. It kind of gave all the kids an opportunity to kind of, because we used to do Sunday morning breakfasts before they all went off to school. We would do them here. And Mr. Wizard would make pancakes or waffles or, who knows what else. But we would do breakfast on Sunday mornings as it was. So we just decided to try and keep that tradition virtually, while the kids are off at school. So it kind of gives them a little taste of home without actually being at home. So we talk, we let them talk over each other. It's a little bit of chaos sometimes. But then we show off our animals because we all have fur babies. So we show off the fur babies. And, if one of them moves into a different apartment for school or a different dorm room or, whatever the case may be, we let them give us a tour with their phone. And in fact, Taylor just recently moved into a new apartment in January. So she got to show off her apartment. So she was giving everybody a tour. So that was kind of cool. So we got to see that. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, it's great. I mean, Mr. Wizard and I absolutely love it. It's one of our favorite times of the month to spend time with our kids and really connect with them. Just to kind of see them together, We missed them when they were little. We kind of missed that time a little bit. So it was really great. Definitely important to us and I think the kids enjoy it too when they're on. Sometimes it takes a little coercing to get them to wake up. When you're in college, 9 a.m. is pretty early. So, you know. But they manage, and we only do it for an hour. We do it on Google Meets because Google Meets limits you to 1 hour for your meet. So we do it there because in that way, you know, everybody's got iPhones or whatever else, and we don't have to worry about any of that. So nobody has to download any programs or anything. So we always do it there. It's a lot of fun. All right, guys, we are on our last one here. Hopefully I've been doing these right. I guess we're gonna wait and find out when we start pressing them. Normally our live streams go till 12:30, but since we started a half hour late today, we'll also end a half an hour later. We'll end today at 1. So we got about another hour to go, which is awesome. I love hanging out with you guys. This is like the highlight of my week. I look forward to this all week. Some of my friends and family don't really understand the, you know, when they try and make plans with me for Sunday mornings, I'm like, I can't, I got a live stream. And they're like, really? You can't cancel it? I'm like, no, I can't cancel it. It's a lot of fun. I think, you know, the channel's been going on for about 2 years now, so I think everybody's kind of gotten to the point now where they understand that Sunday mornings I'm busy. I'm busy until at least 11:30, 12 o'clock. So I think everybody's got it for the most part, but every once in a while you'll have a family member that doesn't quite understand the importance of it to me. But that's alright. Alright, that was the last one. Yay! Dawn says, LOL, part 12, Tropics. Funny, but not funny. Right, Dawn? Yeah, it's not funny at all. But it's unfortunately true, so that's what makes it funny. I was looking through the playlist, and I think I actually might have doubled up on an episode. I think I did like 2 episode 5s or something. I was looking through it, and I was gonna fix it, and I just never got around to it. But yeah, so it's just ridiculous how long it has taken this project to finish, because I kept making mistakes. And I mean, obviously, I'm sure nobody has that kind of time, but if you had that kind of time and you wanted to go look at all of the previous episodes where we had to take things apart and put them back together, such a pain. All right, I'm going to heat up my iron here, so I got a couple minutes to hang out with you guys here in chat while the iron heats up. Let me grab my acorn. Excuse me. My goodness. No, Lucas, no Iron Man today. He apparently did not show up, the little slacker. Apparently he wanted to have breakfast in his own home this morning, which is fine. He just doesn't like my cooking. I think that's all it was. But no Iron Man this morning. Gotta do it myself. It's hard to find good help these days. For those of you who have no idea what I'm referring to, Lucas joined us for our After Dark series a couple weeks ago, and he was my Iron Man. So he was referring to himself. Fern says, your blocks are gorgeous. Love your fabric choice. Oh, thank you, Fern. That is so sweet of you. I appreciate that. This one is, gosh, it's been so long since I've looked at the fabric. I don't even think I remember what it is now. I think it's a Flowerhouse. Wait. I think I got a tag here. Haha. I was smart and I kept the tag. It is by Riley Blake. It's called Holly Holiday. No, that can't be right. No, this is not it. No, it's, you know what, Fern? It is in the description of this video. I know for a fact I put it there. But unfortunately, I don't think I kept the tag, so I don't remember what it is now. Sorry. Lucas is calling me out. Maybe I am. What you can do about it? Dawn says Iron Man needs a cape. Yes, he does. I agree. I think he needs a mask and a cape. Yes, I have to agree with you. And we need to find a theme song. 100%. Of course, he has a theme song already. technically. Brett says, do you rent him out? I hate ironing. I mean, that's really up to him. Oh my gosh, you guys are so much fun. So funny. Lucas says, I guess I'll show up next time. Well, that'll teach ya. A full-on costume. Don't push him, Dawn, because you know he's a gamer and he likes Pokemon and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. He has come dressed up for Christmas. Okay, he has come up dressed up for Christmas, so I wouldn't put it past him to dress up in full costume to come be my Iron Man. I wouldn't put it past him. I really would not. So just be careful what you wish for. He says, I love onesies and costumes. I would do that. See? Told you. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for. He would do it. We have goofy people in our family. In case you guys haven't figured it out by now, we're a bunch of goofballs in our family. And so that's why Lucas fits right in. He fits right in. For those of you who, I haven't seen anybody ask about it yet, but for those of you who are interested in knowing what I'm doing right now, this is an acorn pen. It is a precision piece. It's by Precision Piecing Process. It's called an Easy Press pen. I don't know if y'all can see that. There you go. There you go. It's an acorn precision piecing pen. Comes with some liquid. You fill the bottom up with some liquid, and it's basically like a starch, and it works. You know, I was hesitant about it because it's a little bit of a pain. It's like an extra step, so it's kind of a little bit of a pain, especially when you got a lot of seams. But I gotta tell you, it works really, really well, and it really helps you push those seams down nice and flat. Really helps you get those seams flat. So if you're having trouble getting your seams to lay flat, and you don't want to use steam, like I don't use steam because I have a pressing mat. I do have a spray bottle somewhere that I could use if I really needed it. But I gotta tell you, when you're doing seams, this pen it's a game changer. It is truly a game changer. Pans? What? John says, Lucas, I dare you to be in costume. Oh! Oh, there are so many things that are not right, but dang, that would be funny. You know, Dawn, I mean, you know, it's an after dark. It's probably an after dark special kind of thing, and you just never know what kind of crazy stuff happens on that one. So, you know, if you weren't planning to attend the next one before, you might want to reconsider. And Lucas, I think you meant to ask me what the plans were. I think that's a typo. And the plans are our PMQ. For the next little while, our After Dark series is going to consist of PMQs, and maybe a extra project. I've got a table runner project that I'm setting Mom and Cheryl up with, if we've got time. So, you know, hint, hint, wink, wink, nod, nod. You just never know. The next After Dark is the 16th? 17th? Are you wanting me to be there maybe in costume? I mean, Lucas, you are always invited. Always. And I don't want to give anything away, but there's a distinct possibility there may be someone here in costume. I'm just saying. My Iron Man show up in costume. Oh my god. So funny. Just the vision. It's just, oh, y'all need to stay tuned. Because that would be so much. Oh, could you imagine Grandma Joyce's reaction? She's already goofy enough as it is on the line. And then you're going to give her Lucas in a costume? Oh, Lord. I'm already laughing and it hasn't even happened yet. Hi, Linda. Good morning. The 17th. Yes, I believe it's the 17th. I think you're right. Linda, you're just joining us now. We were talking about my Mr. Iron Man. Lucas, of course, he was my Iron Man a couple weeks ago. We were just talking about how first we decided he needed a cape. And now we've decided he needs a full-on costume, and he is up for the challenge. So, I'm just saying, you might want to stay tuned. Oh, hi, Lorraine. Welcome. Dawn says, bring mom with alcohol. It should be a party. I'm telling you. Oh, we're a bunch of goofballs. You know, you give us a challenge, we're most likely willing to accept. So I said, Lucas fits in great in our family. Because we are a bunch of goofballs. We do have a lot of fun. Family events can be entertaining. Linda says, yeah, costume would be nice. Oh, so much fun. So much fun. We could make a cape. That would be easy enough. Too funny. Too funny. So, stay tuned, people. Make sure you're checking out the the After Dark edition. Coming up on the 17th. We're going to be doing our PMQ. And someone may or may not show up in costume. You just never know. And of course me, I'm always wearing stupid silly hats. You know. Because I like them. I mean, it's February. It's the month of love. So why not have some hearts hanging from my head, you know? Lucas says, oh wait, I actually won't be there the 17th. No! Aw, that's too bad. No costume on the 17th. Well, then Lucas will just have to plan it for another time and show up unexpectedly. Unannounced, unexpectedly. Aw, he's gonna go see his girlfriend for Valentine's Day. That's sweet. But that gives me time for the next one, he says. Well, you know, the next one will be around Easter, so you could show up as the Easter Bunny. Just saying. It'd be funny. Oh my goodness. And I realize it's hard for you guys to tell because usually Lucas is sitting. But that kid's like at least... Lucas, how tall are you? Like 6'5"? I mean, he's just super tall. So when he's wearing these onesies, it's hysterical. I mean, it's truly, truly a sight. Time to start shopping, he says. Oh boy. Show up as the Easter Bunny? That would be funny. I do have bunny ears. Somewhere. Fern says, boo, I keep losing. Well, Fern, I'm sorry about that. Gotta lose some to win some, I guess. Ironing up some blocks here. So far, all of the blocks are showing up the same direction. So far we're doing the things correctly. So far, so good. But yeah, this precision pen is just It really works very well. It is a little cumbersome because, you know, it does take time to basically wet the seams. But it really makes them lay nice and flat, which really turns out to really help in the end. Because if your seams are laying nice and flat, when you go to match things up again and start to sew things up together, it just makes things so much easier, you know, when they're nice and flat. So I found a kit on Amazon. It's like $26 for the pen and one small container of the liquid, and then I think there's like a gallon too of it too. I think it was like $22 or $26 on Amazon is where I found it. Obviously you want to check your local quilt stores first. Try to support them as much as you can before you go online. But yeah, it came as a notion in one of my project boxes. I think Stephanie Stitches. I think it was in one of the Stephanie Stitches boxes. I can't tell you which one it was, but it was a notion in one of her boxes. She does quarterly boxes for the seasons. Or at least she was. I don't know if she still is. I haven't checked them in a while. She sells them on Etsy. So if you're interested in that, she usually has some pretty cool projects. And she's like one of those that gives you everything you need. Which is really great. I would much rather spend a little extra money on a box and get everything I need than only part of it. That is the one thing about the Fat Quarter Shop boxes that's I'm not really thrilled about, is they don't give you everything you need. You still have to go back and buy the rest of the kit or the fabric to make the project, which is kind of a little annoying. I'm gonna have threads everywhere. Oh, at LAQS the pen alone was $18, so the Amazon was probably a good deal then. Yes, Lucas, you are correct. Yeah, it's exclamation point redeem and then Fat Quarter is one word. Yep. Turn my tip. What happened? Did you hear about turning the tip? It works better. Like, pull it out and flip it over? Is that what you mean by turning it? So that it's not... Like, mine is an angled tip. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's on an angle. It looks like a marker pen. So what do you mean by turning the tip? Do you mean, like, actually... Because I know it comes out, because I accidentally almost pulled it out when I was refilling it. So, do you mean, like, just pulling it out and flipping it over and putting it back in? Is that what you mean? So it's like a more of a square tip than the... Fern, congratulations. You've successfully redeemed your Fat Quarter. Congratulations. That's great. I will get that in the mail to you here soon. I'm going to need you to email me with your mailing address. If you do exclamation point email and chat, it'll give you my email, and then I'll need a mailing address to send that to, and I will pull a random Fat Quarter from my stash and send it to you. Not sure why the thing didn't come up on the screen. I wonder if I have it turned off. I don't think I have it turned off. Let me check why that didn't come up. Hold on. Chat box, promo code, top overlay. No, it's there. I'm just not sure why it didn't play. But it should have. Flip it over and it's rounded. It works much better. Oh, okay. Well, let's try that. We're probably going to make a mess. Oh, it did make a noise? Okay. Yeah, the little dinosaur comes across the screen. I must have missed it. Oh, I see. So you just pull it out and put it back in. Oh, now it's a rounded tip. So see? Now it's a rounded tip. Okay, we'll try that. Thanks for the tip. I did not know that. No pun intended. Funny, but no pun intended. Awesome. It did play. Oh, okay, good. I must have missed it then. Sorry about that. I must have just missed it. I wasn't looking up at the time that it played, so but I'm glad that it did work. Oh wow, that does go on pretty fast. Hi, Kathy. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. All right. Oops. Because I have had to pull this thing apart so many times, there are so many extra threads that are attached to it. They're like getting everywhere. But yeah, I'll be actually, like I mentioned it earlier, I'm actually going to be preparing January's thimble redemptions today. So if you want to redeem your thimbles today, then I can include that in the bundles that I'll be mailing out here probably this week. And then you don't have to wait till the end of the month. Otherwise it'll... I try to do them once a month. I try to mail them out once a month. So I'll be... getting them out at the end of the month for February. I don't know if you guys can still hear the music. I got it playing in my ear. You guys know me. I love my music. There we go. But I actually, I've had this acorn pen for a while, and I stopped using it because it was kind of a bit of a nuisance, really, to constantly, be ironing, marking the seams kind of thing. But I pulled it back out when I was doing this project here because this is a really long strip here, and the seams just weren't, and that black piece there is a 3/4 inch black piece, and so by the time you saw it, you only end up with 1/4 inch. You end up with 2/4 inches basically overlapped behind it. And the seams just, they were not laying flat. It was like no matter what I tried doing, I just could not get them to lay nice and flat. So I ended up pulling this thing out again because I had never gotten rid of it. And so I ended up pulling it out, and I thought, you know what, I'll give this a go, see if this works, because I need to get these seams to lay flatter than they are. And it was like, oh god, I forgot how well this works. So I've been using it again recently. In fact, when Lucas was here, acting as my Iron Man, a couple weekends ago, he was having trouble getting the seams to lay flat. So I handed him the pen and said, here, use this. And he's like, oh my gosh, it works so much better. I'm like, I know. It really does. Hi, Melissa. Welcome to the channel. So great to see you. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. What am I working on today, Melissa? I am working on my nemesis. This is my kryptonite project. It's called Tropics. It is a cozy quilts design pattern. It's actually a really easy pattern, but you do have to follow the instructions. Because if you don't, you end up like me and you have to take it apart 3 or 4 times. The orientation of the blocks is very important. And so I just kept orienting things incorrectly. So I'm on like part 12 or 13 of this project because I kept making mistakes. So the good news is I think we are at a point now where the blocks are done. Yay. And we'll actually start to be putting rows together the next time we meet up together. But that's what I'm doing. You can go back and check the playlist for it if you really wanted to try and catch up. I recommend watching the first couple of episodes just to kind of give you a how-to. Obviously, if you're going to follow the pattern, make sure you follow the instructions a little bit closer than I was. But yeah, that's what we are working on. I call this my kryptonite project. I joke that if I wasn't doing this on the channel, if this wasn't a channel project, I probably would have put it away. Just left it in the container somewhere for a while. Because it was really getting frustrating. And it was all my own fault. I just was not reading the instructions carefully enough. Yeah. There's a link in the description box of the video. If you want to scroll down there, you can see it there. It'll give you a link to it. I think I was able to find it on Amazon. I think that's the link I gave you there was on Amazon. Dawn says, is Chloe Morgan here? You know, Dawn, she was here a little earlier. She says, I can't wait to get the fat quarter. Been wanting to make our Yorkie a new dress. Oh my gosh, Fern. If you knew anything about me, you'd know I love Yorkies. I don't actually own one, but I will. I will own one day. And so if you make your Yorkie a dress, I have got to see I've got to see a picture of that. So please make sure that you post fit. Do you have a specific color that you might... Normally I don't take requests, but since this is for a fur baby, do you have a specific color that you might be interested in? I can check my stash and see if I have a fat quarter in that particular color. Otherwise I'm going to have to find a nice one. I mean, you guys always get nice ones, but... Dawn says, this is going to be beautiful, Danny. Oh, well, thank you, Dawn. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I have really liked this fabric. And that's why I keep sticking with it. Because I really do want to make this project. I think it's going to look really pretty. It's just been a little frustrating to put together, if I'm being honest. Dawn says, just uploaded a video for the acorn pressing pen. Oh, well, Dawn, that is awesome. Friends, if you are not already a member of Dawn's channel, please make sure you head over there. That way you can learn a little bit more about this acorn pressing pen. You do !Dawn in chat. It'll give you a link to her channel. Go over, give her a sub. She is a huge supporter of this channel. She has just been a major contributor. Her expertise is amazing. She has helped me out of quite a few binds. So make sure you go head over there. She is definitely what I would consider an expert, for sure. No, just something spring. Okay. I will see what I've got. I can't make any promises. I have no idea what I've got in there, but I will find something like a pastel-y or spring color if I can find it. I have probably 4 boxes of fat quarters. I am a fat quarter queen. Seriously, fat quarter queen in more ways than one. Honestly, in more ways than one. I'm a fat quarter queen. I just love them. I love working with them. They're like the perfect amount of fabric to be able to do things with. So yeah, I'll see what I can do. Make sure you send me that email with your address if you haven't already. So that I can get it in the mail to you. And like I said, I'm doing those today, so I can get that in the mail to you this week. And for anyone else that's interested in redeeming their thimbles, today is the day to do it, because I will be getting those out this week. Otherwise, you'll have to wait till the end of the month if you do it next week. Dawn says thank you. Oh, Dawn, there's no need to thank me. I should be thanking you. Like I said, you've helped me out of quite a few jams. You've really helped me out. Judy says, it is so pretty so far. I hated to watch you have to use Jack so much on it, but I have been there too. Oh, Judy, thank you for that. Me too. I've hated it just as much as you have. Trust me. Trust me, I have. But yeah, the one piece of advice I can give you if you're going to make this pattern, again, it's not a difficult pattern to make. It was a really easy pattern to make, but be careful with your orientation. Block orientation is the game changer there. So just be careful with that. We're almost done here. 2 more. Hi, Mona. Welcome back to the channel. Good morning. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. We are still working on this Tropics project. It's been my nemesis. Lucas, are you still with me? If you're still with me, can you go check out the playlist for Tropics and see when the first video number 1 was made? I want to know how long I've been working on this. I want to say it's over a year. I really do. I want to say that we started this over a year ago. But I could be wrong. That's why I was hoping you'd go look for me. Mona says, I'm sore but alive. Oh no, Mona, what happened? Did you fall? I hope you didn't fall and hurt yourself. Right. Oh. Perfect. Perfect. There you go. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Tropics Part 1 was streamed November 6th of 2022. So yeah, over a year ago. Yeah. It doesn't surprise me. And I mean, I only work on it once a month. And I'm sure there was a month or 2 that got skipped because of for various reasons. But yeah, that's crazy. It normally does not take me that long to do a full-size project on this channel. Like I said, this one has been my nemesis. My absolute nemesis. Last one, guys. Mona says, I fell down the steps trying to move books. A bookcase. Oh my god, Mona. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you didn't break anything. All right. There we go. 12:30. We got about a half an hour left of the stream, so let's go ahead and get started on a row. Should we put a row together? I think we should put a row together. I'm feeling lucky. Alright, flip the page. Can you believe it? We are finally at the next step. Oh my gosh. It is taking us forever to get to this next step. Forever. I'm telling you. Hold on a second. There's threads all over my wool mat, so I'm gonna grab my handy dandy lint roller. I keep a lint roller in this room specifically just for all of the threads because the threads make me insane. So I keep a lint roller in here for all of the threads. The other thing is if you're using a jelly roll, you guys know when you take a jelly roll apart, it's just completely covered in lint. So usually what I do is I will take the plastic off, okay, and then I will take a lint roller and I'll lint roll the top. And you got to go through a couple sheets. And I just lint roll the top, the snot out of the top and the bottom of it as much as I can. And then when I open it, I'm not completely covered in it. So that's why lint rollers are, in my mind, they are a must in your quilting room. She says she's in pain, but she can still hobble around. Oh, God, Mona, I'm so sorry. I really hope you didn't. Flew right through the metal dog gate. Oh, my God. Yes, Patty, I agree with you. Mona, she needs a bubble suit. Oh, my goodness. Oh, gosh, Mona, I'm so sorry to hear that. Those blocks are pretty. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness, I just can't believe. Wow. Lay out your blocks as pictured, twisting your blocks to create the design. Once you create an arrangement you like, sew the blocks together to create rows. Press the seams of row 1 to the left, row 2 to the right, etc. Lap as pictured. Okay, so you're just basically flipping them. So you do one this way, and then you do one this way. How many do I need to put in a row? Let me see. We are doing the throw size, which is a 4 by 6. So I do 4 across and then 6 down. Okay. So I think we can probably get a row or 2 together. So let's go ahead and try that. So it looks like what you're doing is you're basically turning the blocks a quarter of a turn. Turn them a quarter of a turn. Nope. Yes, a quarter of a turn, and sewing the edges up together. That's what it looks like we're doing. Oh, she says, luckily the low ceiling, so the bookcase got stuck and did not come on top of me. Oh my goodness. Mona, wow. I'm so sorry to hear that happened. I'm so glad you're okay. I'm sorry that you're in a little bit of pain, but it sounds like nothing is broken. It sounds like you really got lucky. Wow, my goodness. I'm just so glad that you did get hurt. Seriously hurt, anyway. I mean, obviously, you know, bumps and bruises are not fun, but they're a lot better than, you know, serious injuries. Ugh. My brother-in-law fell down the stairs in his house. I'm not 100% sure what happened, but I know he fell down the stairs, and I don't know if he was carrying a glass jar or something. But somehow there was glass involved, and he ended up cutting his arm open, like, really bad. You know, it was really, really bad, and we're just like, oh my gosh, you know? So, we were really glad that he was okay, too, but same thing, it was just like, my goodness. Alright, so I've got to sew up 4 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and take the next block. Now, this one I'm going to keep exactly the way it's laid. So, you're basically putting you're keeping 2 blocks of the same together. So you can see how these are those weird, funky strips, I guess. We're keeping those 2 together, and we're keeping the hourglasses together. It's basically how we're putting these together. Now, if I had a design wall or a bigger floor in this room, I probably would lay all the blocks out to try to make sure that I wasn't, you know, to try and get my colors to be a little bit different, but I don't really have that, so I'm just kind of putting them together. I probably should grab from the bottom and the top of the pile so that things aren't quite so so that things are a little more scrappy, because as I'm looking at this right now, I've already got a couple of fabrics together. And I hate that when I hate it when that happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and start grabbing from the top and bottom here, I think. Give myself a little bit more scrappy feel. Gosh, Mona, I can't even imagine. I'm so glad you're okay. My goodness. Sounds like something Mama Joyce would have done. Mama Joyce is clumsy. She's always hurting herself. Always. I've told you guys before, but her last injury was probably one of the worst she's ever had, and that's when she broke her foot. And she's still recovering from that, and it's been for 4 or 5 years now. That one is still recovering from, because that one was a pretty significant injury. No, I'm just so glad you're okay. Yes, the older we get, the longer it takes to heal. Absolutely. All right. 10. Make sure that's on. This one says we're going to press the first row towards the left and the second row towards the right. So I'm going to go ahead and press these up. This is row 1. We're going to flip this over this way. Hold that down. Fern wants to know, how big is the quilt going to be? Good question. Give me a second. I think it might be listed in the description below, but I will look for you, honey. Give me just a second here. We are making the throw size, which includes a border. 57 by 77. And it's got 3 borders. It's got a... They're thin borders. I know that. It's like, hold on. It's a 2-inch border, a 2.5-inch border, and then a 5.5-inch border. So it's got 3 different borders, but they're very thin. Total size is going to be 57. It's the throw size. So the blocks are 4 by 6. So we do 4 across and 6 down. Yeah, it's a decent size. Yeah, I mean, it's not super huge, but you don't really need anything super huge. This is intended as a gift for a family member who does not watch my channel. Not because they don't want to support me, but simply because they don't have, they don't really have any electronic devices that they can watch YouTube with. So but I had actually intended it to be a Christmas gift this year. This last year. This last Christmas. But that didn't really work out so well. So it might be a birthday gift. Depends on when we get it done. Either that or it'll be a Christmas gift this year. We'll have to wait and see. Go. All right. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I think I have managed to fix my audio issues that I was experiencing before and my color issues that I was having before. I think the colors are showing up on the screen better. I mean, you guys tell me, be the judge, but I think that I have fixed that as well. I think that my colors on the screen are finally showing correctly, or as close to correctly as I could get them. All right, so this is row 1. Now that you can see the row, you can kind of understand why I was so angry about the orientation. You can start to see the hourglass pieces that are going to form a star. And the square pieces there are going to form a diamond. And if I hadn't fixed the orientation of the blocks, they would not be making this pattern. They would be all over the place and it would look really scrappy. So now I think you can kind of see why I went ahead and made the call to switch everything up and fix it. So looks like we've got about 15 minutes left. So I think we could do a second row real quick. There's only 4 blocks in a row. So I think we could probably put another row together. So this is the first row. So I want to make sure that I'm orienting my blocks correctly to match up with the next row. So that's this one here. I'm going to do a 1/4 of a turn like this. Oh, that's right. I was just going to do top and bottom. So I want to grab from the bottom. Just going to kind of randomly grab here from the middle. This one here. Go. Put these two together like that. I am flipping my seams as I go if I need to so that they nest. That just kind of makes things easier and makes things lay a little nicer. Makes it easier for me to match everything up if the seams are nesting. Fern says, after your live stream, I'm going to clean my machine. Good idea, Fern. Good idea. I encourage anyone who has not cleaned their machine in a while to do so. It's always a good idea to keep your machine as clean as you can. Like I said, every time I change my thread, I clean it. I don't do a deep clean every time. I do a deep clean with every project, or if I can see that it really needs it. But I do at least pull this piece off here, the top here, pull that out and just kind of take a paintbrush and go in there. At least twice a year, I will actually pull the machine up completely and start pulling pieces off and use the vacuum and vacuum things out, with screws and stuff to actually vacuum things out. But for the most part, I've been able to keep it pretty well clean just with my little mini vacuum and my paintbrushes. I think if you stay on top of it and you do it on a regular basis, at least once a month, if not more, depending on how often you use your machine, then you kind of don't have to take it apart all the way as often. In fact, the last time I was working on my machine, I actually pulled out some rubbing alcohol and was actually washing it with the rubbing alcohol because some of the pieces had gotten a little dark from the black thread that I use quite a bit of. Things like that. So just make sure I'm doing this right. Triple checking it just to make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be. This one will work. Brenda says, I'm still paper piecing. I got a feeling. A feeling? A feeling about what? Are you still paper piecing this project or is it a different one? Judy says, yes. Triple check. I hate to have to watch Jack come out again. No, Judy, I am 100% with you there. Yes, I'm triple, quadruple checking. Because I don't want to have to pull Jack out again either. I agree with you. You know, there was a couple of times, I will admit, that there have been a couple of times with this specific project where I was just ready to put it away. It's like, I'm done. I'm over it. I was ready, but I didn't. I persevered, and that's one of the other reasons why I like to kind of flip back and forth between projects. A lot. That's why I don't do the same project 2 weeks in a row. Because then that way, if I do get frustrated with it, at least this way I've got some time to kind of cool down a little bit before I come back to it. So, okay, so I went this way. Like that. So, I need to go the opposite way. I'm going to go this way then. Melissa says, I've already used Jack 3 times with this clue. Oh my goodness. Oh, did you get your PMQ? You're already working on your PMQ and you got clue 1 done? Some people have gotten theirs already. Or are you working on Carnival? Tree of Life was shipped out on Thursday. The 2nd. When was the 2nd? Friday? It was shipped out on Friday. Some people already got theirs yesterday. It was just crazy. My aunt ordered 2. She's got 2 boxes coming. The first one showed up yesterday. She's waiting on the second one. She ordered 2. What happened was she wanted to get the garden one. I forget what the garden one is. She wanted to get that one. Well, when she went to go sign up for it, it was already sold out. So she couldn't get it. So she said, okay. Well, she signed up for the waiting list for it. And said, well, in the meantime, I'll order Enchanted, I think she got. So she ordered Enchanted. Well, then Secret Garden, I think that's what it's called. But then then they sent her an email for Secret Garden and said, we were able to get more fabric in, and we're going to send you a Secret Garden. So she ended up with 2. So she thought about canceling one of them and then decided no, she just decided to keep them. So she's going to be doing 2 of them, which is going to be a lot of fun. She's super excited. I'm so excited for her. I think she's going to have a great time with it. She says she's only going to do 1 at first, and then, you know, and then there'll be time for her to do a second one. And I told her, I said, I bet you'll have time to do both. Because, you know, the clues only come you only do the clue once a month, so. Mona says, I haven't received my PMQ yet. Yeah, Mona, me neither. Me neither. No, Carnival. Oh, okay. You're working on Carnival. Gotcha. Well, I think it was one of the Piazza. So, when I did the Piazza quilt, which was the last one I did, that was the last one, the last PMQ I did, and the majority of those videos were pre-recorded. One of the clues, and unfortunately I don't remember which clue it was, but one of the clues, I kid you not, it took me 4 takes to get it right. 4 or 5 takes. And I was getting so flustered with it. And you can see it in the video too, because I actually make the comment, I'm like, okay, this is take number like 582 or something like that, because I was just so flustered with it. Because I had to keep taking it out and putting it back and taking it out and putting it back. But I was like, okay, I can do this. I'm a smart person. I can figure this out. So sometimes, sometimes that's just kind of the way it goes with those. Sometimes you really got to pay attention, read the instructions carefully. Sometimes the pictures are incorrect. Sometimes the instructions are incorrect. I mean, everybody makes mistakes. It happens. And sometimes you're just reading it wrong. That's really what it comes down to. Or you're not paying enough attention, you're distracted with something else, and, that's all part of it. So, we're going to be doing Tree of Life on live streams as part of our After Dark series. My mom is going to be joining me for those. We already did, we didn't do Clue 1, but we did a prep a couple weeks ago. So, there's a playlist on the channel underneath I Love Cotton Cuts. For the Tree of Life, so you'll be able to see that first video show up, and then the next one will be on the 17th, I think we said. Will be the next one that gives everybody plenty of time to receive their clues. I know some people already got theirs, but it'll give you everybody plenty of time to get them. All right, so here's row 1 and here's row 2. We're gonna go ahead and put these together, so we can start to see what this is going to look like. Finally, we are getting to a place in this project where we can see what it looks like. It only took 12 tries. 12 or 13, I swear. It's probably lucky 13. Fern is redeeming another fat quarter. Fern, you can only redeem 1 type of prize per live stream. So I think you've already redeemed 1 fat quarter, so I don't think the system's going to let you redeem another one. You can only do 1 type per live stream. So you'll have to wait till next week to redeem another fat quarter. You can redeem multiple prizes, but they just can't be the same one. So, like, you could do an ocean if you wanted to. You could redeem for an ocean, or one of the other prizes, a pattern, free pattern. I've got a bunch of postcard patterns and others. These are all purchase patterns. These are not free ones. I'm not that cheap. I'm cheap, but I'm not that cheap. You could do a pattern if you wanted to instead, or you can just wait till next week and redeem for another fat quarter. No, Fern, you no need to apologize. It's fine. Yeah, it can be a little confusing. It's fine. No worries. No worries. Just sewing up these rows so we can see what it's going to look like now. The pattern will be a little bit easier to see once these two rows are together. We'll get a better idea. There we go. Having to flip the seams here to make sure everything is nesting up okay. I didn't see any instructions for pressing, but of course I probably just missed it. So I just kind of guessed, and so now I'm just kind of adjusting as I go so that everything nests up okay. Sounds like I might have an empty bobbin. I'll check that in a minute. All right. Let me go ahead and open this up real quick so you guys can see what it looks like. This is when the pen kind of gets a little annoying. When you're doing the whole row all the way across, that's when it gets a little cumbersome to sit here and wet the seam, basically, is what you're doing. But it really does make a difference, and that's kind of where I keep trying to remind myself that it really does make a difference. It really does help quite a bit. So taking a couple of extra seconds and making my life a little bit easier. All right, let's go ahead and press this up, and then I will hold it up so you guys can see it. I'm sure you guys can probably see it on the table here. We're gonna press this to go up. Go. Sure that's all laying up. Trying to feel around with my fingers, make sure it's laying the way I want it to go. Give that a little extra oomph. Push down a little bit. Now, if you use steam in your iron, this is probably don't need to worry too much about this. But I do not use steam because I don't like to put water in my machine or in my iron, because then I don't feel like it lasts as long. Because I feel like they start to leak and stuff, and you know, I've got hard water at my house too, so that has something to do with it as well. I could use a distilled water or something, purified water, bottled water, whatever, but I don't. That is not to say that you shouldn't. You do whatever you feel more comfortable with. You know, there's pros and cons to doing it both ways. This is just what I prefer. You do you. Trying to make sure that's laying the way I want it to. Go. Judy says I use distilled water in my iron. Yeah, absolutely. I've heard that. You know, if it works well for you and you're comfortable with it, then go right ahead. I do have a water bottle somewhere. I don't know where it went. I do have a water bottle that I will spray on the fabric to try and give myself the effective steam when I need to, but I just don't put, I prefer not to put any water in my iron. You do whatever you're comfortable with. But if you are using steam, now is the great time to be steam pressing these seams down so they really lay flat. All right, there we go. All right, let me show you what we got so far. This is just rows 1 and 2. There are 6 rows total. But now you can kind of see what the pattern looks like. So you can see the star there, and then you can see the diamond shape there as well. Can you see it? Yeah. Yeah, you can see it. So this is without the border. So this is how wide it's going to be without the borders. We've got a 2-inch, or a 2-inch, a 2.5, and then a 5.5-inch border. So we're looking at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, at least another 10 inches. But to you know, I think the blocks are just about 10 inches wide. So you're looking at another, 10 inches wide. So it should be a nice throw size. So there you go. I cannot believe we've finally gotten 2 rows of this project done. I just like, finally, we've gotten somewhere with this. So, progress. Yes, Katie, absolutely. This makes me so happy that we are finally getting somewhere with this. So the next time we come back to it will probably be, it might be in March. We'll have to wait and see. I have to look at the schedule again, see what we've got going on in March. But it'll probably be in March, and then we'll go ahead and put the rest of the rows together. We shouldn't have any trouble getting the rest of the rows together. I've already got 2 done, so I only need to do 4 more. And then we will start on the borders. We'll need to iron up our fabric and cut those up. I have the cream already cut up right here. This really doesn't seem like it's enough. That really doesn't seem like enough, does it? I might have to do something creative here because I don't know. I'm gonna have to look. We do have a little bit of cream left here. This is only like 1 2.5-inch strip, so I thought we had more than this left, but I don't know what it did with it, so I'm gonna have to keep looking. And we'll figure something out for the borders. All right, my goodness, it is so wonderful. It makes me so happy that we have gotten these rows done. That we're finally at a point with this project where we're starting to put the rows together. So happy. Finally, we were in a place where I feel like there's an end to this journey. I cannot wait for the end of this journey so we can start on something new. So super excited about that. Next Sunday, we are starting a brand new project called Resilient. It is a fat quarter project. We're going to be using this beautiful fat quarter bundle right here. So next week is going to be just ironing and prepping our fabrics. So you guys can stay tuned for that. It's going to be a very low-key, boring day because we're just going to be ironing all of our fabrics to make them look all nice and pretty, to get them all prepped and ready. I feel like there was something else I was going to tell you. The 17th will be 2 weeks from now. 17th, I think, is when we will be doing our PMQ again, and then we'll have another live stream after that. We'll be back on Home Sweet Home, I think. Don't quote me on any of this. Check the schedule. I don't have it in front of me. I don't have it printed. So check the schedule. Verify that. I've got everything. I love purple. Yes, Fern. I love purple too. Purple is one of my absolute favorite colors. In fact, my 2 very favorite colors are this lime green, which is right here. There. That's the lime green, one of my favorite colors, and purple is the other one. The teal that you see in the room was actually my daughter's favorite color. This used to be my daughter's bedroom. So her bedroom was actually the lime green and the teal, and mine is the lime green and purple, which is down here. My iron is purple. So those are my 2 favorite colors. But I kept the teal because it was already here. So we'll eventually Probably shuffle everything out into a purple. We'll see. But actually, I don't actually plan to stay in this room forever. I plan to move to the bedroom next door, which is the bigger bedroom, eventually, but not right now. We'll get there someday soon. So, all right, friends, thank you again so much for joining me. I am so glad that we are in this place that we are in with this. I finally feel like we're progressing. We're getting somewhere, and so happy. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Don't forget to post pictures on our Facebook and tag me on Instagram of all the projects that you guys are working on. I love seeing what you guys are working on. It doesn't have to be finished. It can just be in the middle of it. I would love to see the progress for your own blocks. Maybe you're sitting in your quilting room and you're just ironing. Maybe you're just hanging out with me on a video, whatever. But whatever it is, I can't wait to see it. I love interacting with you guys there. If you guys have questions, ideas for new projects, maybe you want to be a special guest on the channel, send me an email, let me know, let's chat about it, let's talk about it. You can also send me a Facebook message as well. And I try to answer those as quick as I can. I want to be here and hang out with a bunch of friends. So if you guys are interested in being a special guest on the channel, send me a note, let me know, maybe we can put something together. Maybe you can join an After Dark series. You never know. Those are kind of crazy. All right, guys. Thanks again so much. I will see you all again next week. Be safe. Be happy, be well, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.